Thank you so much. So, as I told you that today we are not going to focus on other things. We are going to revise our lesson on participle because these participle they are part of the construction of sentences, and also it give us it give to a speaker a free time to formulate a sentence and to be able to communicate. So, as I say, the participle are divided into two parties. We have what we said active participles, and we have passive participles. And these active participles in Esperanto, we call it activa participoi. Activae participoi. So this is activae participoi. They are the participle which are dealing with the speaker, someone, a person who is doing an action. So the person who's doing an action, we call it activa participoid. So is a part of the active participles. And to identify this person, we need to use the what we call finagoi. Finagoi. So the first one is anta. If we say anta, it is an action which is being done the time as we speak. For example, now I'm leading a class, I'm teaching. It's an action which is happening now. How am I going to do? How am I going to say if someone is teaching this time? I can say, mi estas instruanta. Mi estas instruanta. Anta. Do you hear there is a sound anta? Because it's someone who is doing the action. Mi estas instruanta. I am teaching. Anta. So, mi instruanta is someone who is teaching. That's why you can see on your left, on your right, you can see leganta. Leganta is someone who is reading. Q ancorau legas, someone who is reading. Suppose now you are in class, you are following. So to follow a teacher, it's an action which is happening. So which means you are followers. You are a follower. A follower is someone who is following. So an action, you are sekvanta. Sekvanta. Sekvanta is someone who is following in that time. If someone is on the table eating, is manjanta. Manjanta. Someone who is eating. If you are sleeping the time we speak, dormanta. If you are traveling the time we are speaking, you are voyaganta. Voyaganta. So if you are listening the time we are speaking, you are auscultanta. Auscultanta. It means you are listening the time. So this is active participle. But if something happened, maybe there is a 2 hours or an hour, a year, a month, is int. So suppose maybe last Thursday we were together in the class. And those who followed the class last time were, how can we call them? Sekvinta. Sekvinta. This is inter is a past. Those person I have already followed the class. Sekvinta. If you wrote something last week, you can say scribinta. Scribinta. You wrote something. If you slept last week, maybe you can say dorminta. Dorminta. And something which also is happening. This is now future. So a future is onte. Onte. This is future, onte. So how can we say, make a sentence with onte? Maybe if someone who is going to read a speech next week is legonta. Legonta. I can say, next week I'm reading I'm going to read an article. I'm going to read, or I will read an article. There I can say, la venonta semaino, la venonta semaino, la venonta is next week, la venonta semaino, mi estos legonta articolo. Next week, I will read an article. Mi estos legonta articolo. You can see that it's onta, which is dealing with someone who's speaking. But here you need only to put in your mind that if something which is happening is anta, but if something which past happened, it's int. But if something is going to happen in the future, is ont. Okay. I think there we are together. So I want maybe someone to give me a sentence where you can say, maybe it depends if you want to use it in present, if you want to use it in past, if you want to use it in future, it depends to you. Please be free to make a sentence, and then we are going to correct each other. Let me maybe give you a sample. I'm saying, I'm going to the market. I'm going. Mi estas iranta. Mi estas iranta. Iri is to go. Esti is verb to be. Mi is a personal pronoun. Mi estas iranta al vendejo. Al vendejo. Mi estas iranta al vendejo. So I'm going to the market. Okay. So maybe take an example and make sure that also you give me the same example. So the floor is yours. Try to formulate a sentence. Don't hesitate. Don't have maybe don't feel that what you are saying is not taken in consideration. So try to express yourself and let me know where we can support each other. So we are here on active participles with the a finaggio. So the floor is yours. Use the verb to be. And if you try to use anta, if you use int, and if you want to use onta, also it's the same. But the floor is yours, please.
Yes, can I try?
Okay, so one by one, let me hear Najma first.
Mi estas manĝanta la pomo.
Mi estas manĝanta la pomo. Can you please tell us the meaning?
I'm eating the
I'm eating the apple. This is an annoying apple because if you say la pomo, it means everyone here, we know the kind of apple she's eating. If it was an annoying apple, we could say, I am eating an apple. An apple. So this is an annoying apple. There could say, mi estas manĝanta pomo. Najma, do you get me? How to use article? We have two types of article. We have definite knowing article, which is definite article, and indefinite article. The article la shows that the thing is already known, and without the article la, it's unknown things. If I say a house, it's a house, which is not known. But if you say the house, it's a known house. So thank you for your example. Let's take also a second person.
Yes.
Can you proceed?
Mi laborinta dum la matenon.
Mi estas.
Mi estas laborinta dum la matenon.
So if you want to say, what do you mean? What do you want to say there in English?
I worked in the morning.
I worked in the morning. It's already passed, right?
Yes, that's why I say laborinta.
Yes, laborinta. But the verb to be should also be in the past.
Okay.
Can you repeat?
Mi estas
No.
laborinta.
Me, if you, I'm also advising you. If you say mi estas, is the present. But I want you to use the past.
The past.
Yes, the past.
Okay.
How can we say?
Yes, the connection is somehow bad.
Yeah. Please, you said what you said?
Hello?
Can you go in a quiet place because
Can you hear me?
they are making noise? Alasan, there are many noises around you.
Yes.
I told you to go in the safe place where there is no noise.
Mi esti laborinta dum la mateno.
Mi estis laborinta dum la mateno.
Yes, where I am talking, that's why I move.
You say mi estis laborinta.
Mi estis laborinta dum la mateno.
Yes. It means in the morning I was working.
I was working.
Yes, I was working. So this is it's clear. So it said laborinta is someone, it was you because you were working. Okay, so let me take another example. Thank you so much for your example. Aminata Jawara.
Yes.
You have seen that Alasan is making progress. Now, don't let me down. I want also to hear from you. Give me a good example.
Sorry.
Are we together?
No, I'm not getting it. I was somehow busy.
You were in the class or you were not in the class?
Truly, I was somehow some kind of busy. Yeah.
So why are you joining the class?
No, I joined late. Sorry, I was just going off on and off. So, but I want to hear from you. You say?
I think since you didn't hear what I said, I think it will be. We are just making sentences using the activi participles, and the person who was just giving the example was Mr. Alasan. So I said, okay, let me also hear from you. Since if you were together from the beginning up to now, are you able to make a sentence using the active participles?
Okay. Using the terms in the
Okay, so it's okay. I think let me maybe after you can just take an example from others. Let me also call Zainabu. So from Zainabu, I think you can see how she made a sentence using the active participles, and then you can just okay. So Zainabu.
Yes. Mi iranta alla maketo.
What are you saying? Can you please let me know first in English?
I am going to the market.
I'm going to the market.
Mercato. Mercato.
Mercato, do you know the mercato? What is meaning the mercato?
That is market.
Mercato is something else.
Huh?
Mercato is something else.
I said I am going to the market. Mi iranta.
And who told you that the market is mercato? Where did you get it?
Where is the market?
Where did you get the mercato as a market?
As a market. I thought it's mercato.
No. There is something that is not going together. Don't convert as a market as a mercato. Mercato is something else. It's, if you want to say a market is vendeio.
Okay.
Vendi is to sell. A place where they sell the goods, it's a market, it's vendeio. So, and we saw a suffix, which may be they mean a place. Lerneio, a place where to can learn. Lerneio. Quireio, a kitchen, because where we can query. Ludeio, it's a place where you can lud. Lud is to play. So if you say vendeio, it's a place where we sell good. So
Mi
go ahead.
iranta.
Mi
iranta.
iranta doesn't exist. Please, you should also take an example as Mr. Alassane did. You try to take your personal pronoun and you make sure also you use the verb to be.
Okay. Mi estas iranta alla vendejo.
Yes. Mi estas iranta al vendejo. I'm going to the market. Please. That's why I say if you give your time and you concentrate to the lesson, I'm sure the lesson will not let you down. But if you are in class and you are upset doing other things, and when we ask you, you find yourself that you are confusing. It's where you can just find that the teacher is not good, or a teacher is talking, maybe is shouting to you because of what? You were the source of the problem. Try to focus. We are not taking you much time since we know that also I joined 20 minutes ago. I need also to make sure that I give you few things, but we should also participate massively, all of us. We make also our own sentences, and by the meaning that we are having, we try to convert the sentence in Esperanto, and we are sure that okay, this sentence is correct. So this is how maybe we should go. Today, allow me to shout to you because I want you guys to stick on the lesson, because I've seen that some of you, instead of progressing, they are regressing, they are going back. And this is not good for me. But thank you for your example. I will also ask you to give me a second example after taking. Alima, are you able to give a sentence? Okay, Alima is not responding. Amina also, since they are. But guys, let me also try to repeat this participle. I'm thinking I only have two presentation, two PPT, two papers or 2 pages. The only 2 pages is the one that I want to. These participles, they are divided into 2 parties. The first part, we call it active participles. And in Esperanto, we say activae participoi. These activae participoi, they are dealing with the action, the person, the individual. For example, When I say I'm reading, I am reading, someone is doing an action of reading. How do we call that action of reading? We can say to read in Esperanto is ridi, legi, is legi. So if you are reading, I can say leganta. Leganta is a reader. Mi estas leganta. I am reading. So we need also to use the verb to be. If the verb to be is in present, you should also use the participle, active participles in present. If your verb to be is maybe in past, you should also use the participle, active participle in past. Example, yesterday I saw a cow. Yesterday I saw a cow. Okay, what can I say? I can say, hieraŭ mi estis vidinta, bovon, bovo. Yesterday, I saw a cow, vidinta. It was something which is in past. That will say I use int. Int, here it has a meaning of past. But if something is in future, future is onte.
Sir, I want to ask a question, please, before you go further.
Okay.
Like I am writing.
I am
Or
writing.
I am eating. For example, do you say mi estas or mi just manjas? Like the manjas, does it cover everything with the estas? To say, for example, I am eating.
I am eating.
If you say I am eating, you know, it is supposed to be me, estas manjas or mi manjas. I don't know.
So when I say mi manjas, I eat.
Is it
I
correct
eat.
to say me?
Yes, it's correct.
Manjas
Yes.
without writing the
Mi
estas.
manjas.
That is
Mi manjas. So this is maybe the participles. Normally it's used when we are just making a conversation. Someone is knocking on the door while you are eating. Can you go and tell him that I'm eating? Go and tell him that I'm eating. How can we say? Mi estas manjanta. Mi estas manjanta. I am eating. So here, what I eat and I'm eating, they are different.
okay.
You can see that I'm eating is an action which is right now happened. But I eat, it might be maybe right now, or maybe 2 minutes ago, or maybe 3 or 5. It depends. But if you say I'm eating, mi estas manjanta. Mi estas manjanta pomo. Mi estis manjanta. Mi estis manjinta. So they are the two types, they are very different with maybe your example. But if you say I eat, it's good. Mi manjas. Mi manjis. I ate. Mi voyages. I traveled. But during when you are just telling someone an action which is which past, you can also use the participles. You know, when you came, I was already on the bed. Kiam vi venis, mi estis dorminta. Kiam vi venis, mi estis dorminta. When you came, I was already slept. You can see here how maybe the best of the participles. So I see there is people who joined here who is also, it's okay. Najma, can you also make another sentence so that also we make sure we are on the same goal? For example, here on the with this participles active, you see here I wrote some examples. Viro kiu ancora legas estas leganta viro. A man who still reads is a reading man. So if someone who's reading is a reading man. So there we see leganta, because he's someone who's doing an action right now. But viro kiu antau legis estas leginta viro. A man who has read before is a man who has read. You can see that this is a past. Leginta is someone who has already done an action. Viro kiu poste legos estas legonta viro. A man who will read later is a man about to read. You can see here, legonta is an action. If you are going to sing tomorrow, vi estas cantonta. Cantonta, someone who's reading. If you are traveling tomorrow, vi estas voyagonta. You can see onta. If something is happening tomorrow, but something happened yesterday, it is inta can use. But if an action is happening today, is anta. Okay, give me an example. Alasan, a simple example. Maybe someone who is writing today is.
You say someone who is
writing.
Who is writing?
Yes, who is writing?
Okay.
Or use a verb which you are familiar with. Can you use
yes.
a verb which is you are familiar with? Which one?
Yes. Mi scrivonta verido.
What do you mean?
I will write letter.
You will write a letter.
I will write letter. No letter like this.
Letter.
Revido. Yes.
Okay. Mi scribos. Because later
yes.
is baldau.
Yes.
Baldau. So mi estos scribonta baldau.
Baldau. I can also say.
You have to use verb to be. Mi estos.
Let me say. Virino kiu poste voyagos estas voyaganta virino.
Yes, estas voyagonta.
Voyagonta virino.
Yes, which means
a woman who will travel later is a woman about to travel.
Yes, voyagonta. That's
voyagonta.
Correct.
Yes,
that is correct. Anyone else who want to make an example before we jump on another PPT? Okay, so let's also go on the passive participles. These passive participles, we call it in Esperanto, passivae participoi. And these passive participles are not dealing with individual. They are dealing with an action which is being done. An action which is being done, it is where we are intervening by using the passive participles. And if it's an action which is happening, we use ata. But if something past, is ita. It is something which is happening next, maybe in the future, is ota. So, let me give you an example. Mi estas manĝanta la panon. Mi estas manĝanta la pano. I am eating the bread. I am eating the bread. Mi estas manĝanta la pano. I am eating the bread. Who is doing the action is me. What am I doing? I'm doing. I'm eating. I'm eating what? A bread. So the action is being done on what? A bread. So let's take a bread and make it a sentence. I can say a bread is being eaten. This is maybe I'm eating a bread, but it's different. A bread is being eaten. So to say a bread is being eaten is la pano estas mangiata. La pano estas mangiata. So you convert what starts become the end, and what was on the end become the first. La pano estas mangiata. A second example. Mi voyagis aŭ mi aĉetis mi aĉetis la aŭton. I bought a car. A car was what? Was bought. La auto estis aĉetita. La auto estis aĉetita. You can see that now I start by car. It is very easy. So someone can give me an example. Someone to make an example? It is very easy, guys. I have just given you two examples, guys. Can you you can write down and then make sure also you start the first, and then what is on the first become the last. Okay, I can read you, Alassane. Your battery is bang. So okay, so allow me also to tell you that with two types of participles that we have, you see that everything is ata, onta, and the finagio is a, adjective a. But there is a time also where we can also use what? There is a time where we can use o. If you can use o, which means it means it's a name. The person who's doing the action is the person. It's an action. It's a work. For example, if I say laboranta, laboranta is someone who's working. But if I want to say a worker is laboranto, but there is ant. You can see ant. You can even hear ant. But now, instead of making a as an action which is happening, I can put o and it becomes a name. If I say a traveler is someone. It's a person who travels. Is voyajanto is someone who's traveling. I think here you can follow me clearly. If I say someone who's writing is scribanta, but a writer is scribanto. Okay. Scribanto. Okay. So for example, let's see also here. When I say scribanto, it's a person who still writing. Scribinto is a person who already writes. Scribonto is someone who will write later. Amata is a person who is going to be loved. Here we are dealing with love. For example, if I say vi estas amata, you are loved. Vi estas amata. And a loved one is amato. So guys, I decide to repeat also these participles in order to make sure that also we are on the same plate, because these are the same sentences which we normally use on our daily life. You can say, I go to the market, but I found the market was moved. You see, I went to the market. This is in active participles. But if you say the market was moved, automatically this is a past participles, because you started by telling someone the market, the action was moved. The market was moved. La vendejo estis movita. La vendejo estis movita. So the market was moved. La seĝo estis kaŝita. The table or the chair was hidden, because kashi is to hide. The chair was hidden. You can see, because I'm starting by the chair. But if I say I'm hiding the chair, I can say mi estas kaŝanta la seĝon. La seĝo. Mi estas kaŝanta la seĝo. I am hiding the chair. But the person who is hiding is kaŝanto. Kaŝanto. Okay, guys. So ask your question, please. If you have a question, I know that for people who joined today, but you still also can make an effort. You can make an effort and to do your own research, to do a revise. You know, our group is still opened. The only challenge that I'm having is that I'm not being asked. If you can just check me in your inbox, in my inbox, and let me know if really you are faced to communicate. And imagine today, you might find that Esperanto is a language which maybe you don't know where we are using it. But the only challenge that people used to have, and the most of people who participate on our 109 conference in Tanzania, they were hiding by themselves, because they will find that they are not able even to express, to communicate, even to greet. They know, yes, some knew how to greet, but the only challenge was, after greetings, how are you going to proceed to communicate to someone? It was difficult. So they were punishing themselves. But now we have time. We have around 3 months. So make sure that, guys, you take Esperanto as your next language. With your time, with your break time, read again. Ask a question. From there, I'm telling you, you'll be able to communicate. No one will just come and tell you, no, you don't know how, but you know the formula. You are being taught by someone who knows. So please use me. I'm there. My WhatsApp is opened. And I think now another strategy which I'm going to use, I'm going to start calling you and tell you in Esperanto, few words we don't have, maybe a communication you are not understanding. I cut my phone and I look for another one until maybe you are able to respond to me, to reply, because we cannot say we have around 1 month studying and someone is not even able to do what? To communicate. So try to impress me. Try also to be mature. As you take your time to follow me, make sure also after the class, you take time to revise. This is a foreign language. a foreign language, if you don't give it time, it will fly, it will disappear. So we need also to embrace as we took time to learn other languages. So okay, guys, I think let me stop by here. I think is there any question? Is there anyone who has a comment or any suggestion so that we can close our class today? It's okay. So guys, I think yesterday I received a mail from Spain Association. They're organizing a Spanish Esperanto conference in Spain. So, and I think most of people who are interested, they can still apply. They can apply and maybe attend this conference, those Esperanto conference. But if you find you are able to communicate, the floor is yours. You can go. But if you are not able, please stick in the class because there is other opportunity which are also coming. I told you in Kenya we have something that we are thinking maybe we have already decided, and we're still also having still waiting for the final approval, so that we can launch the this seminar in Kenya. We've also in Burundi in December we are also having another seminar. We in Burundi also we have two arrangements. The first one is a Kenya Esperanto seminar. The second one is maybe the international trainings with the marginalized people. We call them indigena people. So we have already identified them, and the budget is already approved. In December from the 23 to 27, I will be chairing this class as I will move from the town to up country. So sometime I think during this, I will communicate to you. If you can also be part of this, you can follow because it will be also hosted on Zoom. But I'll be there for 1 week. And also we have a Maasai also trainings. That's why I want people to support. I am the person who is dealing the Africa or the entire Africa. So we need to have ambassadors from your country. So if you are not taking serious, I'm telling you also, you find yourself that you lost your time. But if you are giving the time to Esperanto, the Esperanto also will reward you, and the people will start knowing you. So try to use this opportunity as we make sure we are together in the class. Call me, send me a message, a voice note. It's okay. I'm there to respond. This is how I am. Don't be shy. Don't hesitate to formulate. Even if there is a mistake, my task is to make sure you have the good material. So guys, let me stop by here. Let me thank Mr. Alasan. Congratulations. I can see you are improving. Faith Amina also, I pray God that you are back because you were sick. Thank you. Alima, you are also sick. I thank God now you are recovering. Najma Hassan, thank you for attending. Sainabu, thank you also for attending. I'm encouraging you guys to stick. Take time, revise your note. Tomorrow is a better day than today. And if you make sure you build your tomorrow, your good tomorrow also will not let you down. You will be seen as the world wants motivated people, energetic people, and the people who are motivated, the people also make progress in their respective areas. So we are together. You are on my heart. I keep loving you. Make sure also don't let me down as we are moving this boat together. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful night and weekend. Enjoy the night. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Fifth Amina.
Yes.
So the class is over.